So, it's not summer, it's not really winter, but I just put the car outside, so we lost a little heat, but it's been over 70 in here. I got my new Mac up and running. If I did a video on that when we were putting it in or not, I'll have to go back and look. I don't think I did. Seems to be doing pretty good. We got some heat runs. That goes out, down, and then over and out to the other bay. That one goes right there for now, just to turn down. And there's just got one blowing out heat here. Does a good job, blowing pretty good. Stays nice and warm in here. There's also a problem. The other wood stove I had, I just couldn't get enough air pushed out of it. I had a dilemma where I was going to mount my strobe light. So I made a little bracket, and that's where it's going to be. I just got to finish wiring it in. Just some scrap, and I had some, I think it's 1.5 by 1.5 square tubing and a little piece of quarter-inch flat. And then I just welded it together and ran the wires. So attached it to some anchor points that were already there to shoot some longer bolts. I was going to shoot this, and then I got involved with it and didn't get into it. But 2009 Chevy Impala, the only Chevy I own. Good, bad, it's a good car. Any of them are good. They're a lot better technology than they used to be. Still not real crazy about wiring on the Chevrolet. Not going to beat it up. There's 120,000 now. I run the roads with it every day. Pretty dependable. Really kind of 120,000. Put some brakes on it. Had a wheel bearing making a noise. Could have sworn it was the right side. Took it up and down the road, listened to it. Had my wife listen to it. Had my son listen to it. Changed the right one. Still had the noise. Changed the left one. The noise went away. The noise was traveling. That's the hard part about wheel bearings. Sometimes you don't know. But I'm glad I did change both of them, because when I pulled the first one up on the right-hand side part, I thought, yeah, that's it, because you could see the bearing was deteriorating on the inside. There was rust in the bearing, and its own grease that it was packed with originally was starting to go. Actually, some rust in it. And when I pulled the left side out, driver's side, it was really rusty in there. So that was the one. I'm assuming because that's the shorter shaft on that. That's why it was probably, the noise was traveling. It's my best guess. So I used a AutoZone and a Napa, which is what I could get today. So they work pretty good. Tomorrow I'm going to tackle some Fisher problems with on a blade that I used to use. It's probably a 2009 blade, Fisher V. It's got, this is a weeping, let me put this in here. This is a nut that goes on the top of the cylinder, the lift cylinder. And what it does is this little blue right here is a weeping, or a wiper. It wipes the cylinder and keeps the fluid inside, so it doesn't pass every time you go up and down. And there's an O-ring in there too that helps seat it. So kind of that. I got to put one of these on. These go all the time on those when they do the old Fisher blades that was on the V's, the original V's. That was probably one of their weakest points, is you can rip that rubber. It goes in between the V that accordions when you V it or straight blade it or scoop. And if anything frozen in the ground catches it, like a frozen rock or something to that effect, that causes problem. And then it rips them right off, rips the bolt holes right out, and then they're useless and they're expensive. These things are the new Fishers don't have that problem. Easy V's work really. Well, they're not even that. They're Extreme V. So, and this cable goes on the 97 350 that has actually the same identical V on it. That's my kind of my backup plow truck. It does have a sander on it most of the time. This is the sander that goes on that one. I have a polycaster on the Dodge Fisher, but this is a Salt Dog from Byers. I've had it a long time. Excellent. First thing I've had to do it in a long time. Actually, I removed the battery. They had a little battery. The battery was like 8 years old and would always hold it. So I built a little bracket there. I'm going to modify it a little bit, I guess. I was just kind of throw it together and look at it and think, I don't like that. But I'm getting a little rat rod in there because there's a piece of frame that it is sitting in that I used as the battery bottom to this. That is a piece of frame off my 1950 Ford that I cut the frame up when I built the Z frame and put the 99 Ranger in the front. Of course, I didn't need the original frame, so I've used it for other things, and I just need a nice square piece. So there it is. That's holding. It's just perfect size to hold the battery. And there's a bearing. I don't know if I can get around here. Yeah, there's a bearing down there. I don't know if you can see it or not. There's a shaft sticking out. I got the bearings. They came in. The funny part about it is the Salt Dog. It's made by Byers, but it has Fisher bearings, Western bearings. Of course, they're all the same company. So when I crossed that number for the Byers, it came up with Fisher. Byers, they were $29, and I couldn't get them. They were out of stock. Fisher, they're $49, and they had them in stock. So I got them with a $49 bearing. So I put one on the other side, and then in behind the chain case on this side, there's another one. I want to rip that apart and fix that because this is my sander that I run my sand salt mix through. It's a little bit heavier sander. I use the Polycaster for mostly straight application for salt. I do run sand through it. It does run it okay, but this is just a lot heavier duty and seems to spread sand salt mix fairly easily. So I gotta back the loader real quick. I gotta when I bought this loader, they had put a new pump on it and for the fuel, and apparently didn't time it right. So I have a fellow that works for John Deere. He's going to come and retime my engine and then retime the pump and put it back together, and it's just off a little bit, and you hear it when it's cold. And he came and looked at it and told me what it was. So he's supposed to come hopefully one night this week, and we'll get that wrapped up. So no snow, none, not plowing any snow, not doing much of anything except repairing things, so it needs to snow so I can start making some money again. But we did get the furnace in, did get a couple wheel bearings changed. What else are we gonna do? Wait for some snow. If it stays warm like this, I am gonna get back on that 66 Ford Fairlane and get that 5.8 in it. I got everything I need, the intake. I got a 600 Holly. What else do I got? I've got, of course, got the headers. I got a new oil pan for it. I'm going to take the casing apart on the front, change the timing chain, gear and chain, and we're going to drill that out and put the dipstick back on the front of that. I'm going to stay with the same water pump that I also have. And look at the mess in my garage. It's better than it was, but I'm going to get in here and do a little cleaning. Kind of catches everything. And there's my favorite thing right there. Cardboard creeper. Cardboard creeper. Well, anyway, so I've got to do service on the compact tractor. Got to put tires on this, but I'm not putting tires on until it snows because they're perfectly fine right now, but they were weather checking a little bit. We generally get a lot of snow here. We generally have pushed snow, and I actually, this time last year, I was hauling snow out of some parking lots. So kind of a bummer, no snow. Got to do an engine swap on a sled. I'm probably going to videotape that if I can get around to making sure I don't get involved in it and go, ooh, crap, I didn't video. So, well, that's about it for now. Nice and warm. Sorry about the bright light. Guess that's it. I'm out of stories. Thanks a lot.